the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
Hey, 87 Sports Fans live on Late Night Sports Radio. Keith Grieve from 87sportsfans.com taking you through the inner workings of my mind, folks, and I apologize in advance for that. Reminder that this and every broadcast is brought to you by CG Imaging. That's cg-imaging.com. CG Imaging, virtually creating reality. Don't forget to check out 87sportsfans.com through the NFL offseason as we I'm beginning my NFC offseason colonoscopies. The Seattle Seahawks is up now. So give it a read. Let me know what you think. Tweeted before or during the break the question of the night: who was the worst first round NBA pick overall? Joe Barry Carroll, Michael Olowokandi, Kwame Brown, Anthony Bennett. We have one vote from @JeffMoore78. It says Michael Olowokandi. Well, let's see, Mr. Olowokandi. He played a total of 10 seasons in the NBA. Between the Clippers, the Timberwolves, and the Boston Celtics. Was a full-time starter for really 3 of those seasons, 1999 2002. So if you go to basketballreference.com, which is a phenomenal site, they have this stat called a similarity score, where they boil down everything the player contributes into what they call a win share. So a stat that says how much that player contributes to his team's wins, and then they can compare that with NBA players throughout time. And the player that is most similar to Michael Olowokandi, who, by the way, had 5 negative win share seasons in his time in the NBA. Fantastic. Clifford Rozier only played 4 seasons. It's just there's no real. Jelani McCoy is up there as well for an entire career. Oh my gosh. Dear God. And you started thinking, what on earth? There's a reason why the Clippers were the Clippers for so long. And then you make boneheaded decisions. And I remember coming out when they announced that he was a 7-footer. Okay, so he was drafted in 98. So the Lakers had a 7-footer in Shaquille O'Neal, so you had to go get one of your own, except they forgot one small little problem, and that's that the man can't play. Shot 43%, 44% for his career. His career field goal percentage, 44%. The man's a 7-footer. He's not going out making many shots from outside. In fact, 54% of his shots were from the 3 to 10 foot range for his career. You're 7 foot. You got to be able to make more than that, especially if you're the number 1 overall pick. By the way, had a birthday last week, apparently, February 5th. Happy birthday to you. Oh, wait. Never mind. I take that back. April 3rd is his birthday. That was his NBA debut, February 5th. Sorry, folks. No filter on this when I'm on the air. I see, I talk. 585-633-7487. Check out the Twitter at 87sportsfans. It's hard to tweet and do the radio at the same time, just so you know, kids. Just so you know. All right, next up on the NBA docket to talk about the Clippers destroying the Mavericks right now. 6:52 left in the fourth quarter, 103-84. The Mavericks, if you listen to the shows on Late Night Sports Radio, you catch a phenomenal show on Sundays, the Bob Sullivan Show. And he told me that the Mavericks were his pick to come out of the West. So if that does happen, give credit where credit is due. However, I don't see it happening. There's too many good teams in the West that are lower on the totem pole right now for various reasons. The Spurs, the Thunder. And I've bet against the Spurs before, and until they give me a reason not to, I will put my faith in old man basketball. But tonight, the Clippers are just having their way with them. Really sparked by a 34-22 second quarter. DeAndre Jordan with 22 points, 27 rebounds. That's ridiculous. I don't understand how any NBA team could give up 27 rebounds to a single player. 11 offensive rebounds. That's atrocious. They should stop the game right now. Because if they found a way to chip away at this 19-point deficit in the next 6 minutes and 52 seconds, they don't deserve to win. Because you should not be allowed to give up 11 offensive rebounds to a single player. Dr. Naismith is rolling over in his grave right now. You think I'm kidding? You gotta be kidding me. That's ridiculous. 8 of 12 shooting. 11 offensive rebounds. 6 of 9 from the free throw line for DeAndre Jordan. 22 points. 17 points for Chris Paul. 13 assists. 15 points for J.J. Redick. 18 points for Jamal Crawford. For the Dallas Mavericks, 20 points for Charlie Villanueva. 18 points for Dirk Nowitzki. 7 boards. 16 and 12 for Chandler Parsons. 13 points for J.J. Barea with 7 assists. So it'd be really funny if, the Rajon Rondo trade actually blows the Mavericks apart because he's injured or whatnot. Be slightly comical. Slightly comical. Got no love lost for the Clippers or the Mavericks. But kind of is what it is. Also going on in progress right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder up on the Denver Nuggets, 91-75. That game only in the third quarter. I guess if you're giving up 91 points in the third quarter, you might as well pack it in there as well. The Nuggets outscored 38-18 in the first quarter, then come roaring back to win the second quarter, 41-35. How bad defense do you have to play to give up 41 points in a single quarter? I mean, these guys aren't racing up like they used to do in the early 80s in the NBA. They're not sprinting to try to get a good shot. NBA doesn't do that anymore. 33 points for Kevin Durant, 20 points for Russell Westbrook, 9 points for Andre Roberson, 5 assists for Westbrook, 3 blocks for Serge Ibaka. Statistics of note, 19 points for Wilson Chandler, 17 points for Kenneth Faried. Dion Waiters with a plus 10. Good for you, Dion. Good for you. Off the bench. 0 for 2 from the floor for him, by the way. So, the Nuggets, 19-32. There was a stretch where they started showing signs, and I really, I don't know why. I want Brian Shaw to be successful so bad. I don't know why. I don't have an explanation. It's not because he was a longtime Laker. I mean, he was a Laker. He was one of the reasons why we won the first three-peat. I guess there was only one three-peat, but, early on in that three-peat. He was one of the major reasons why the Lakers were able to win. Maybe that's why. Always loyal. But it just ain't happening. And I don't know. You look at Denver's roster, Ty Lawson, what more do you want out of a point guard? I think you can win with Ty Lawson at running your point. Aaron Aflalo at the 2 guard, Wilson Chandler at the 3, Kenneth Faried, he's a solid player. Solid player. Joseph Nurkic at center. With JaVale McGee not even entered the game. Now trailing 94-76. Really no minutes for JaVale? Alonzo G. Not worthy of playing. And we have Kevin Durant with a technical foul. Wow, and a flagrant foul. Ooh, they've come to play the feud. Final from earlier. San Antonio Spurs 95. The Indiana Pacers 93. So Greg Popovich earns win number 1,000. I'm sure he's miserable. Guy's all business. But, God, sometimes I just want somebody to just go tickle him or something. Just get him smiling. It's okay, coach. 19 points for Tony Parker, 6 assists, 8 points, 12 boards for Danny Green, 15 points, 8 boards, 5 blocks for Tim Duncan. For the Pacers, 18 points for Rodney Stuckey, 10 and 10 for Roy Hibbert and David West. 18 rebounds for David West, although only 4 offensive, so they don't get the scorn that I lashed out at the Dallas Mavericks about. God, I still can't get over that. The Spurs are gonna spur. Spurs going spur. And they're 33-19 right now. They're going to hit their stride in April, and they're just going to go through the Western Conference again. Because when it comes down to it, they just execute. They know who they are, and they just go do it. And you can try to stop them, but we're not going to change. You got to respect that. It worked out well. The Warriors beat the 76ers 89-84. The 76ers dropped to 12-41. The Warriors 41-9, having to win the rest of their games to break the 72-10 record by the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, not going to happen. For the Warriors, Stephen Curry, 20 points with 6 assists, 5 rebounds. 13 points for Klay Thompson. Only 1 of 6 were behind it. Stephen Curry shot 12 threes, only made 3. Whew. 16 points for Leandro Barbosa. 13 points for Andre Iguodala. For the Sixers, you got 21 points for Robert Covington, the venerable Robert Covington. Michael Carter-Williams gets a DNP on this one. 11 points for Nerlens Noel, 7 boards, 4 assists. Tim Frazier, 10 points, 7 assists, 6 boards. A lot of no names putting in decent minutes for the Sixers. You wonder if they're... Well, it worked for Cleveland. They were able to turn 2 number 1 picks into Kevin Love. We'll see how many we can get. Dear God. This is what we've come to. Warriors, fantastic story this year. They are a team that could possibly beat the Spurs. We've talked about it on this show before. The X factor